TCS started in India in 1966, much before Apple and Microsoft. Despite this, India still lagged behind in IT infrastructure. Hi everyone, thank you so much for visiting my channel again. Before starting, I would like to let you know that this will be a playlist wherein I will be posting 5 to 6 videos on the topics which are interlinked to each other. The first video will be how TCS fired 12,000 employees and reduced its workforce for 2%. The second video will be how tech companies like Google and Meta are not paying taxes in India at all. Despite this, Indian government is providing tax benefits and waiving off 6% tax which were levied on them in 2016. The third video will be how banning the Chinese apps caused a major impact in IT industry in India and its aftermath. The fourth video will be how US tariffs are impacting the Indian economy. There will be 2 3 more videos, but I don't have that in my mind right now. But I will be posting in this playlist only. But before that, let's start with the first video.
कुछ ना कुछ तो एमएमए को उंगली किए बिना तुम लोग को मजा नहीं आता। तेरे को क्या है, बहुत मजाक लग रहा है तेरे को ये सब चीज? मत कर बेटा, मत कर। मैं बोल रहा हूँ बेटा, मत कर ये सब, मत कर। तेरे को वार्निंग है, ये मत कर ये सब, सुधर जाओ।
TCS was initially known as Tata Computers Limited, which has been set up under the supervision of Mr. F.C. Kohli and J.R.D. Tata in an utility space of Nariman Point, Mumbai. It has been created to fulfill and address the computing needs of Tata Group and its affiliated companies. They got license from Burroughs Group to use, manage, customize, and maintain their COBOL software in India. Even today, many engineering freshers are being deployed in these 60-year-old legacy technologies. Hard to believe, but it's true. In 1973, a group of coders and a chartered accountant created an accounting software which they sold to a UK based bank. With this, they got their first outsourced project from a foreign company. In 1976, TCS crossed $1 million export revenue from the softwares. Later on, from 1979 to 1988, they were getting so many contracts from different banks and companies from different countries. A well managed relation they had with Western Trust and Savings Limited in 1981, which involved 135% effort, gave TCS an in depth knowledge of retail banking sector. In 1987, they got license from IBM to sell their mainframe technologies to Indian and foreign companies. In 1991, India changes its liberalization policies, which led to the tremendous rise of IT companies in India. This slows down the growth of this IT giant. Moving on in 2004, TCS launched its IPO. In 2010, TCS crossed $1 billion export revenue. Here you can clearly see it took TCS 34 years to reach from 1 million to 1 billion. The same year they got contract from Indian government to automate the passport system of the country. If many of you still think that TCS made the IRCTC website, then let me break your myth that after 2008 they stopped building or designing softwares for Indian Railway. Also, under the FC Kohli, the CEO of TCS, they had set up a research unit called Tata Research Development and Design Center. However, no innovation has happened there because the company was only reselling, customizing, and maintaining the licensed software from US companies. Till now, we had gone through the entire journey of TCS for 60 years. Now let's deep dive into what TCS actually does. In 2024, the company's annual revenue was $30 billion and its market cap was more than $150 billion. Even though the number looks attractive, but I will let you know the fault behind it. TCS sells and resells their 10 plus flagship products or C suites to their clients. We will only see those which they sell mostly. TCS Banks. SBI Bank is the major customer, wherein its core banking solution, SBI Bank, and some feature of its Yono app is handled by TCS. The project value is estimated 2000 crores. Similarly, TCS Ion. The Ion digital branches we all know used to conduct the government exam and competitive exams in India are all handled by them. There are more production solutions. You can visit the TCS website to check that. Now let's take a look how TCS gets a contract from a newer client. There are business development managers who generate leads via event, reference, or marketing campaigns. After that, the business analysts or solution architect check for the requirement. Later, the project gets handed over to client manager or account manager. They further take care of the execution part. For an existing client, client manager is the one who tries to bring in more and more business to TCS. To manage the headcount, there is a team known as Resource Management Group. They are the most hated department in the company, known to assign irrelevant project to a relevant employee. I got the review from Reddit. It's not a personal opinion. The reason why I told you that despite the revenue looks attractive, but there is fault behind it, because when you compare it with another IT servicing firm, Accenture, which is headquartered in USA, you will get to know that the revenue of Accenture is $66 billion, which is double than TCS. Also, its employee count is 7,30,000, which is whooping 1 lakh more employees than TCS. Also, in the beginning, I told that despite being an early mover, TCS still lagged behind in its IT infrastructure. Forget about the product based companies like Apple and Microsoft or Oracle. TCS is unable to compete with Accenture, which is started much later in the league. Because in IT servicing industry, the Indian IT firms act more like a software vendor, wherein clients come with a requirement, choose a software or a tech from a product catalog, get it done, that's it. Wherein case of companies like Accenture or Deloitte, they act more like a strategic IT consultant. They let the client know how they can integrate the tech in their business. Also, if there is a merger or acquisition going on between two companies, they let them know how tech should be integrated and how their IT team should look like. That's what we call the things an consultant should perform. Also, companies like Infosys, HCL Tech, or Tech Mahindra, they have much lesser revenue. They might be providing some strategic ideas to Indian firms like SBI Bank, but they don't have that kind of presence in the foreign land. Even if you compare the salaries of the employees, you get to know that TCS starting salary is 3.5 LPA, but for Accenture or Deloitte, it is 6 LPA. So, in Tata Consultancy Services, the consultancy part is still missing. Thank you so much for visiting my channel